Hey guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome to another edition of BB News. And today's story is all about Mason Mount because we know that he's accepted terms with Manchester United, and I'm just seeing now that Manchester United are about to formally approach Chelsea about the prospect of signing Mason Mount. I'm also going to be touching on Levi Colwill and a rejected bid from Brighton and Albion. So first story is on the Mason Mount deal, because Mason Mount, have we ever seen a player who polarizes Chelsea opinions? Part of our fan base is a Chelsea legend already after only, 3 seasons at Chelsea. He's a legend, the best thing since sliced bread. And then you've got the other camp who think he should be playing League Two football. He's not good enough and he's overhyped, overrated. I sit in the middle. I've always sat in the middle. I think Mason Mount is a very good player. Yes, he's not a world-class player. Like, some people overhype him and it doesn't do him any favours. And some people who say that he's terrible, they don't know ball. This guy is a good footballer. And if push came to shove, if I had a choice about whether he should go or stay, I'd say I'll keep him. You know, is he going to be a automatic starter for the club? No, he's going to be part of the squad, but he has an important part to play in the team, especially with Pochettino taking it over the side, because the reason is two things. Mason Mount is a guy who knows tactically very good, and a lot of people who don't understand tactics of football. These are the people who say that he's not a good player. He is a good player. He understands tactics. He's a superb presser of the ball, and when you think of the way that Pochettino likes to play, high energy, good pressing football, he triggers the press. Mason Mount, intelligent player. A lot of our fan base don't like to see the dirty side of football. You know, football, as I said, is not only just about the silky skills; it's also about the work of the ball. And Mount, and he's skillful. Some people say he's not skillful. He is skillful. Okay, he may not have the high quality skills of maybe your Silvers, Bernardo Silvers, maybe your De Bruyne's, but he has, to say that he hasn't got any skill, that's a load of nonsense as well, because he's quite a skillful player, and he's a model professional as well. That's why people like Tuchel have picked him in the side. You've got Gareth Southgate's picked him in the side. Frank Lampard has picked him in the side. So everywhere he's gone, managers have selected him to play. He's gone off the boil a bit this season, yeah. The last season gone, but that's to be expected with players who, he's still quite young. He's 24, so there's going to be parts of his career that he has like a dip in form, and he's had a lot of injuries last season. But that being said, as I said, he's a good player. But that being said, we don't know what's going on with the contract negotiations. Everything is pure speculation, and that's the thing. The Mason Mount camp will say, okay, the club have let him down, and the people who don't like Mason Mount are going to be saying, oh, it's Mason Mount's been too greedy in his wage demands. We don't know, guys. We don't know. We are not privy. I keep saying we are not privy to what goes on. We just see snippets of what we read in the press. So Mason Mount's camp are going to be obviously painting him in a good light, because they don't want him to burn any bridges with the Chelsea fans, and they're going to make out that it's not them. They've tried everything, but that is the Chelsea side who are not negotiating with him or meeting his demands. And then the Chelsea side are going to have their spin of it, their side of the story, where they've offered him a good, decent wage and he's turning them down. So the truth is always found somewhere in the middle. I always say there's their side of the story, there's the other side of the story, and then in the middle is the truth. Yeah. And so always, whatever side you're on, you're going to believe that side of the story. Always take that neutral stand. So that's why I don't get emotional one way or the other, because unless somebody I know, if I knew Mason Mount personally, or I knew Todd Bowley, or whoever's dealing with the negotiations personally, and they've said it to me, even so, they may even spin it with me. If I'm in, the only way I'll know the truth is if I'm actually in the room, hearing the negotiations, and then that's when I can determine what the truth is. So I hate this always speculating and always trying to look into things that are not there, because as a fan base we just do that. We always overthink things, and one little thing we blow out of proportion. I'm going to talk about that in a minute with the Levi Colwill situation. Anyway, with the Mount thing, joining a rival, am I happy about him joining Manchester United? No, I'd prefer him to go abroad or something, because we've seen people like De Bruyne and people like that who've come back to hurt us, and Mount playing in a structured team in the right position. Because remember when at Chelsea he was playing all over the place. 1 minute he was on the right, next minute he was on the left, next minute he was holding midfielder. So he didn't have a sort of defined position. Playing in a team, if he has a defined position, then you may see him scoring goals. And then a lot of the fan base who are either anti him are gonna be making up excuses. Even if he does good, they'll still find up excuses why they want him gone in the first place. And the ones who wanted him to stay, if he does well at Manchester United, they're going to be unbearable, because it's going to be constant. Why did we get rid of this player? The only positive from this move, I think, is that we are going to be getting good money, and because he's a homegrown player, this money is going to be going straight back into the this year's finances, and it will be help with financial fair play. And I'm hoping that if we're selling to a rival, we got to sell him at a premium. If Manchester United want him that badly, then they've got to pay up, because there's a 30 million gap in the valuation at the moment. I think they are looking at 55 million. They say that they don't want to go over that, and Chelsea are asking for 85 million. So you've got that. So I'm looking at 70 million minimum, and that's meeting in the middle. And I hope we don't buckle, because we're strengthening a rival. I don't care if he's got one year left on his contract. Declan Rice has got 1 year left on his contract. They're asking for 120 million for this geezer. So if they're asking for 120 million for Declan Rice, I can't see why we shouldn't get 75 million for Mason Mount. And the other thing as well, which a lot of people don't, the moaners about, saying, "Oh, why are we getting rid of him?" or whatever. If this guy's made up his mind that he wants to go, then what our hands are tied. And the same people will be moaning if we did say, "No, we're not selling him to Manchester United or Arsenal, whoever." If they're the only ones willing to stump at the money, then we have to sell him, because these are the same people are the ones who are moaning about the fact that we allowed Rudiger and Christensen to go on free transfers. He's got 1 season left on his contract, so the club have to do what's best for the club. And if that is trying to get the most money from selling him to a rival, then so be it. At least we've got money for him, rather than digging our heels in and letting him go on a free. And what good's that going to do? And when we get hit by financial fair play rules and we get banned from playing in Europe or deducted points, the same fans who are moaning about us sending him to a rival will be the ones who are moaning, "Oh, the club are badly managed. Why are they letting us get into this financial play state?" So I can't win, really. So sell him for the best money, and we've, in one hit, sorted out our financial fair play issues. So anyway, moving on to the next story now, and this story is concerning Levi Colwill. The club have rejected a 30 million bid from Brighton. So all these newspaper reports saying that Chelsea are selling off all their homegrown talent this year. I saw that on the back page thing on Sky Sports yesterday. What a load of nonsense. If that's the case, 30 million for Levi Colwill, we'll say, yeah, thank you very much, we'll take that. So we're not selling off all our homegrown talent. We're selling the players who we deem either surplus to requirements or people who we can't agree a new deal with. So people like Loftus-Cheek, He's not really in the plans of Pochettino. He's been at the club for a few years. Yeah, we can get money for him. Someone like Colwill, who we don't want to sell, and obviously I said with the Mason Mount one, is because we can't go agree a deal with him. But Colwill, we don't want to sell, so we say no, we want to keep this guy. So he's not for sale. And Pochettino has got plans for Colwill. He wants to use him. So that's why we've turned down the bid from Brighton. Again, some Chelsea fans overthinking things and saying, oh, he wants to go. That's why he's encouraged Brighton to put in that bid. Listen, Colwill has always said he wants to play. He wants minutes. That's what he's interested in, is given an opportunity. He didn't demand a starting place in the team. He just said he wants to be given opportunities, whether it be at Chelsea or another club. When we loan players to a different club, sometimes they are going to fall in love with that club, because look at Courtois. Courtois fell in love with the city of Madrid when we loaned him to Atletico Madrid for 2 seasons. That's why he wanted to go back there. Brighton, Colwill has had a great year at Brighton, so of course he's going to have formed friendships and he's going to feel an attachment to that club. But that's not to say that he wants to go and he's pushing for a move. He's a professional at the end of the day, so I don't mind if he says, you know what, encourage that bid from Brighton. He may have said it, he may not have, but if he's encouraged that bid, what it does, it shows him how much Chelsea value him. If Chelsea are adamant and say no, he's here to stay, Pochettino outlines the plans that he has for him, then he says, you know what, I am wanted by Chelsea. I think if he had given a choice between playing for Brighton or playing for Chelsea with guaranteed assurances that he's going to be having an opportunity, that's what it is. I said it's not guaranteed. He didn't put the club at ransom and say you could play me or sell me. He just said give me an opportunity to show my worth and give me minutes, and even if it's 12 games this season he's going to be playing, then I think he'll take that, because we've developed the guy and I think that he does want a career at Chelsea, but he believes in his ability so much that he feels that he can come into the side and prove his worth, and that's all he's asking for. If Chelsea have given him those guarantees and opportunities, I should say, then I think he's going to stay. And so don't read anything into it about that he wants to leave Chelsea, he wants to move away. No, he's a footballer who is doing what's best for him. And for me, I think next season he's going to be playing at Chelsea. He's going to be given opportunities, and you'll see what a good player this boy is. So that's my take on the 2 stories. You know, and as a fan base, guys, you know, let's not sort of read too much into everything that we read about, because it's not healthy for anyone. It's just getting your blood pressure up and up and up and up, and what good is it? You know, I always say have the wait and see approach. If it happens, then you can vent your anger and frustrations, then yeah. But there's always going to be speculations, there's always going to be rumours. With, you know, especially you know, we as a club, we need to get rid of a lot of players. We're bringing players in, and when come July the 1st or August the 1st or whenever the season starts, then we'll see what's what. But before then it's just going to be rumours upon rumours upon rumours, and not all rumours are, you know, that's what they are. That's what they're called, rumours, because they're just stories, and 9 times out of 10 these rumours have to be ignored. And we've been linked with 700 players, so if all these rumours were true, then we'll have 700 players on our books. Yeah, ain't happening, guys. So let's relax. So stick your comments in the section below with regarding the stories of Mason Mount and Levi Colwill. What's your take on the Mason Mount thing? Are you happy? You know, take the money, or do you think the club should have done more in keeping him? Are you worried about Levi Colwill, or do you think that he'll remain a Chelsea player? As I said, stick your comments in the section below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. So take care for now. Bye-bye.